I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over, but never found a peace that comes from watching my fishes as they swim about their home. My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while these fishies are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
Well, here we are. What do you think? You were part of it. You were part of it. You were.
Yeah, I couldn't pick out what you said during the song. What'd you say?
I was talking about my office being reorganized.
Yeah, you've got it looking nice now, don't you?
They came in and redid me. Well, anyway.
Let me make it big for you. There you go.
Shit. Well, I just pulled the plug on my camera. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good. Your camera's frozen.
At least I'm on the right mic. Let me see.
Don't worry, you'll get it back up soon. Well, Father Fish's mic came unplugged, or not his mic, his webcam. So let's see what's going on in the chat. Let's see, we have Christian B, John Shane, Megan B, and let's see who else. We have Squirt here. We actually got a few people in tonight. Hope everybody's doing well and having a great Wednesday. Remember tonight's show and tell, so everybody that wants to come up and show off their tanks, feel free to click the link and come up and show your tanks. Hopefully we'll have Father Fish back soon. It shouldn't take him long. Hey, NC, hello. Christian Shane says we are. Christian B says, Father Fish, you're looking well. Great to see you. NC Pleco Carvers says, tell them about the guppies. Oh, yeah, my guppies from NC's on their way to Florida. Really excited about that. Been working on setting up some tanks. Haven't been able to devote as much time as I would like to it, but I've got one tank set up, just 2 more to go, because I want to keep each strain of guppies separate. And now we've got Father Fish back. Hey, welcome back. You ready to show off your room now?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of light here, do I? I could put the overhead light on, but it's almost too bright.
Yeah.
Is it bad? It's not bad.
Doesn't look too bad.
Okay.
Doesn't look too bad to me. What do you guys think? But your room, it looks good.
Well, I had to do this again.
Oh, yeah. I'll get you full
screen. I had my desk situated under the window here, right in that corner. So now this is opened up for fish tanks. And my goal is to turn this area into a saltwater fish room. I
Nice.
currently have one brackish tank down here, which y'all have seen. So I'm going to do more salt, and we'll have a little saltwater area. That'll be nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That
the
will be
plan.
nice.
That's the plan anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All I need to do is make enough money to make it happen.
Definitely.
Ah, glory. Well, okay, so up to date, I went in yesterday to the hospital for a procedure to uh, shock my heart to get it out of AFib. And it was successful. And I came home, felt a whole lot better. Um, just really felt like I was going to get my mojo back. Went home, had a pleasant evening, and then lay down to go to bed. And immediately felt this all kind of turmoil happening, like I was going back into AFib. I was having trouble breathing, all this stuff. So I kind of panicked, felt scared, and then depressed. I wound up spending the night in a recliner, um, and then called the doctor, and I went in today, and they said I'm not in AFib. That's not what it is. That apparently it's apnea. So I've got an appointment to see an apnea specialist now to try to deal with that issue. It's one thing after another.
Right.
Just one thing after another. It never quits. So anyway, what are you going to put in saltwater tanks? Good question, John. Anxiety attack. Well, I did have an anxiety attack when that
That's
happened.
so.
Yeah, when that happened, it really panicked me. And then I got depressed. And then I finally was able to kind of reconcile myself to it and went to sleep. You got Fishworks FM 93. Is that left over or is that something you put up tonight?
I didn't put that up. That's left over from last live stream.
That was from last week, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What do we got? Oh, Scope It Out is doing some new videos that are really extraordinary. As for that matter, it's Phillips. These two guys are really knocking it out of the park. Check out their channels. Scope It Out probably does some of the nicest micro video on the web. Just
Oh yeah,
really
yeah.
very, very impressive stuff. And he's doing almost daily. The NC's here. Let's see what the kids got saying for
Hey.
themselves.
Hey guys.
Look at these pretty guppies.
Beautiful.
So I got some bad news for all y'all.
Oh dear.
I sold out. Gosh darn it.
You did what?
I sold out of almost all of them. I got like 3 or 4 left.
Wow. I figured they would go fast.
Right.
But I didn't mean that literally because I have a couple updates on the stock. 3 pairs of these, the kois.
Did you manage to keep any babies?
That's a
What
good
do you think?
question. That's a good one.
Those are crazy fish.
Mm-hmm.
They're crazy fish.
Right?
I have about 9 of the blue Moscows left. I started with 20.
Okay.
These
They're
are
nice.
males.
You got some really nice females. Hold back one or two females so you can raise the babies.
Okay.
That'll give you the next population. And then if you have the time to be able to breed all of those out and get young, that'll give you the numbers that you need to not run out. Let me talk to you a minute about a fellow in New York. When I was a little older than you, I was in my 20s, and I went to visit his fish room. He worked for a big company in maintenance, and he kept about 50 10-gallon tanks in the basement of that building on racks. And he raised guppies. He raised very fancy guppies. And when he got all of these guppies full grown, he would roll out some breeders, and then he would put an ad in the newspaper, and within one day he sold out of everything except his basic stock that he held back. And then he would spend the next 3 months breeding them and raising the young. And he did this about 4 times a year. And that was his system. And he was able to do it without having to buy new stock because he had developed some really wonderful and beautiful guppy strains. So there's an interesting concept for a fish breeding operation.
Thank you, Father Fish.
Yeah, thank you. That's really interesting.
Really cool guppies.
Mhm.
Very nice guppies. Yeah.
Yeah, they
It'd be worth ordering more
Mhm.
next time. Get another order in if you can put the money together for it. Do it again, but get more next time until you figure out where you need to be able to have enough held back to be able to breed them and maintain a culture.
Mhm.
Of course, that's going to mean more tanks, but it always
Right.
it always means more tanks.
That's what I was thinking. It always means more tanks.
Right. Looking good, NC. Proud of you.
You're doing great.
Oh, thank you. Okay. You got a place to plug it in?
You have a place right over there.
Where?
Wait a minute.
Does that work?
It should.
That's not going
Oh, that'll definitely add some light.
Your room around your office.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful.
Hey,
I'm gonna-
Brenda.
Just lean it back in here.
Is that
Good.
gonna be enough there?
Yeah, I think
You
so.
want it up higher?
No, it's good. That helps.
Okay. Hi.
Hey.
I heard you have a new YouTube channel.
Yes, I started posting videos.
Oh, wow.
I have 2.
Well, I'm proud of you. That's exciting.
She's doing a great job.
Neat.
We
Brenda,
need to post her YouTube channel in the chat where everybody can go subscribe to it.
yeah, that's right. Brenda is our local alchemist.
Right?
She does alchemy.
Honest, her pain reliever works like nothing I've ever seen
Yeah,
before. It's
she's
amazing.
really- Yeah, she's really what's it called? A compound pharmacist.
I believe so.
Yeah. She makes all sorts of salves and ointments and various cures. She's an Indian shaman. I referred
Right.
to her as a witch the other day. She's
Like
really
the
a,
Good Witch on the Hallmark Channel.
she's a healer. That's what
Yeah.
she is, a healer. Right. Anyway, yeah, post your link there, Brenda. We'll get some
I got
people.
it posted for her.
Okay. Everybody go over and look at her channel. She's got 2 new videos. That'll be exciting. And I don't know if her Shopify channel is up yet.
Don't know on that.
I think her stuff is currently available at the Father Fish site.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be on its own.
Yeah, I did an unboxing video that has a link. I had to type in the search bar to find it. I just typed in Brenda and then added that link to my video where everybody could find it.
Anyway, so we're getting everybody engaged in the process here.
Right?
That's Tommy's painting above my head, which he did as a gift. It was an unusual piece for him. He usually does stars and moons and universe kinds of pictures. This one is more earthbound with mountains and streams and whatnot. So finally got it hung with along some Japanese art. There's another little one down lower. We need to get it up so where we can see it. And I want to do more art on that wall. I've got some other art pieces I'm rather proud of that will get hung up there eventually.
That'll be nice.
Let's see, who was up? Somebody was here and they're gone.
It was Jennifer. She was here for just a second and then dropped out. Hopefully she can come back on. All you have to do is click the pin link at the top of the chat and you can come right back in.
Oh, I haven't done that. You usually do that.
I've got it pinned for you.
Oh, you do?
I got you covered.
Oh, all right. I was wondering how they got up. All right. What else is going on here? So we're the next step is to get the swelling out of my legs, which should begin to go down with my new increased heart rate and blood flow. So we'll see how all that works out. Oh, where's the comments? There we go. Daily driver reviews. Smart and good looking. Brenda changed her name in chat. Oh, to what? Bear? Not bear.
She changed it to Good Witch of Maryland.
Yeah. Here's Jennifer.
Hey.
Hi, Jennifer.
You guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, well, we lost you. We had you for a second. Try clicking on the pin link again. There you go. No, that's Jacob. Well, we got Jacob Wade.
We lost her again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll get Jacob up here. Hi, Jacob.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. So I just been basically just I just do the same old stuff to it now. Just bring my leaves, clean my filters. Nothing dies, nothing gets sick. It's just the normal now.
Right. Nice. Why don't
And
you
then
pull 2 or 3 of those plants out of the front of the glass? It'll give you much better view of the fish in the tank. You don't have to take them all out, just a few right in the front. The ones that are right up against the front glass.
and then I took my bigger one out and got my little one again. So now I'm running 2 510 internals.
Right.
And then I was gonna take my sponge filters off. I took them off for about 4 hours yesterday, but then it needed help because I got a lot of little meticulate material, and all it takes is just a little bit of stirring up and it fogs the whole system out. So I just decided to put my sponges back in, and then it cleared it right back up.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like using sponges.
Me too.
And then my buddy, I was explaining to him, he's not understanding why I don't have much of a buildup. And I told him it's because a lot of the times it's because the system becomes fouled, which causes an excess buildup somewhere. It's got to go somewhere. Most of the time, it's usually a foul that'll cause massive algae right here. I don't got none of that. 4 months, nothing.
Cool.
Wow.
Well,
Yes,
Jennifer's back. Let's see if we can get Jennifer up here. Thanks, Jacob. Good to see you.
yeah. See, there's no
Thank
algae.
you, Jason.
Hi,
It'll work
Jennifer.
now. Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yep,
Yeah.
can hear you good.
Okay, good. Okay, I've been dying to do this forever since I've seen you guys go live. All right, Father Fish, I have a 40-gallon here, which this is just all my adults. I have no problem with this. This is my problem. I breed German Rams, and I have them on dark substrate, and they're still not coloring up, and they are 3 months old. They're born February 22nd, and as you can see, they still haven't colored up. They still have the baby stripes and still dark colored. And then also I have them on the top in white substrate, and they're still not coloring up, but they are beautiful in size, healthy fish, but they're not a bright color. So what am I doing wrong?
You're not doing anything wrong. They're not ready. They're just not mature enough. They will when they get mature. They still got growing to do. They don't color up
Okay.
as juveniles. They
So
only
how long
color
do you
up
think they have to be? Yeah, like how old do they have to be when they start coloring up?
like 4 to 5 months. I mean, I've seen it happen.
Okay.
What's your temperature?
Right now they're kept at 78 because they're not breeding. When I breed, I raise the temperature higher, but these are just the babies because
that's
they
why.
at the other. So I warm it up more.
Oh yeah, 82 minimum.
It's set at 80, so we'll put it at 82. We'll put them both at 82 then. I have them like at 78.
Yeah, 78's a
This
little
one.
cold for rams. It's a true tropical. You would not keep discus at 78. And it's the same thing. You wouldn't keep waru at 78. In fact, what's interesting to me is that they're not dying. They're not turning dark and dying. Normally people
Oh no,
they're very healthy, doing very well. But I've seen tanks at 78 that cannot keep rams alive.
Oh wow. Yeah, they're at 78 degrees. I just turned it up now, so I'll put them back at their breeding temp because when I breed them, I set them at 85 degrees when I start breeding the parents.
Right.
I'll show you the parent. Those are, where's Bo? I can't find Bo, but those are my babies. I just got these guys. These are the, what do you call them? Oh my gosh. I lost freaking, they're called butterfly cichlids, but are also called as bristle. No. I was trying to forget what they are. I'm looking for the dad and the mom.
Bolivians?
Oblivion. Thank you. I could not think of that word right now. I was looking for the dad and the mom. The mom's back here. She is hiding in the dark. If I can bring her up and tap the screen and see if she's coming up here. the mom's back here, and they're really colorful and bright colors.
Oh
See,
yeah,
she's right there. That's the female
with their red belly.
that I breed.
Ready?
Yeah, she's ready to go.
Nice.
But I appreciate it. I just want to know if I'm making sure I'm doing the right things, and stuff like that. Making sure I've done everything. Making sure everything is all set for them. I baby them like no other. They get the best food you can think of and everything. So thank you guys so much for answering my question.
You bet. Thank you,
you for coming
Jennifer.
on.
You're welcome.
I need to get some rams from you.
Oh, I will love it. I will love it. It'd be my honor to give them to you.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Let's see.
That's a
what
nice
happened.
setup.
Yeah, well, I'm always impressed with people who are able to do rams. They're not an easy fish to keep or spawn or raise the young. I had a fish room 25 years ago that I did rams in real successfully. I had generations of them. I've been able to do it since then. It's hard to do it in a shop environment because there are too many variables, and they don't like variables.
Right.
They like things to stay the same. Oh my. All right. Oh, Jennifer. What else is going on here?
Yeah, Fishworks Spam 93 says German rams are kind of sensitive. And they definitely sound it.
Well, they're very sensitive. Right. Oh.
Just looking through the comments real quick.
Oh, Adam's saying MTS could strain my marriage. And the advice he's getting is pretty good. I mean, the trick is to get your spouse involved.
Right?
And, you know, you do that in whatever way you've learned to entice your spouse into doing what you're doing. And then you create a division of labor. And that's the real key to making it work, because each of you has your own jobs. And the benefit of that is that you get so much more done and do it so much better than you would otherwise.
Right?
KG Tropicals is a really good example of that. They've developed two totally different approaches to maintaining fish. So they don't really work together, but they work next to each other. And both are enthusiastic and have remarkable collections.
That they do.
Really, yeah, it's really kind of remarkable. Danielle is here.
Oh, nice. Hey, Danielle.
Hi there.
Fish, I'm so happy you're feeling better after that thingy.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I hope I'm feeling better. I'm supposed to be. I did initially, and then I freaked myself out last night. But they told me I need to go easy on myself.
Yeah.
And not panic.
Yeah, and it's a case of, if you've been like that for a while and then you are all of a sudden better, you can't just go out and run a marathon.
Right?
No, but I really thought I'd be able to lie down and go to sleep.
That would be nice.
But
Yeah,
it
very soon.
turns out that's a whole other issue that I need to deal with.
Yeah, but once that's dealt with, then you'll be really set and you'll be able to run that marathon.
I know. Nice tank, Danielle. Really
Thanks,
pretty
sir.
tank. I
I
love
have
that.
got, sir, I have got all the plants coming from you.
Well, you're looking pretty good there.
Yeah, I've got my dad blessed me with 4 packs of your plants.
Oh my.
Yeah. Sorry if you hear weird sounds, my puppy is just being a little maniac over here.
I know
Bravo.
how that goes.
Nice.
Thanks. My Harlequins and my Claddies are doing good. I'm going to propagate this wisteria because it's just going nuts. Bravo. Settle down, boy. Sorry.
Yeah, it's such a pretty plant.
Mhm.
And I've gotten
Beautiful
quite the
thing.
collection of plants.
Love it.
I've got a satin pothos, a mandula
One of my
pothos,
favorites.
2 golden pothos in my tank. I've got a spider plant, a baby spider plant. I'm trying to get to grow roots. Bravo, good lord. And I've got my orchid collection.
Oh my.
Beautiful.
I've got a yellow one. This is my inch plant. I've got
Cool.
this little one that I rescued from High V today. It's not doing super great. Bravo. Stop. I'm
So
sorry.
beautiful though.
And I've got this one. And then this was my first one.
Oh,
And I rescued this one from the death cart at Lowe's. And I rescued this little Fukian tea bonsai tree from Lowe's as well. And it was almost dead, but you can see it's got new leaves and stuff coming in, so it's coming back to life.
Oh yeah, it's bouncing back.
ew. Nice.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm excited because this thing is going to be loaded. Because I've got
yeah.
some apples in there, and I need more plants. That's what that means.
Ooh,
It's mainly on the glass, but
that'd be exciting.
yep,
That'll
and
go.
they're coming. I got the prepping for shipping notice yesterday, so
Oh nice.
Well, it should be out today or tomorrow. We
sweet.
shipped a lot today. We're going to try to get everything out that has come in this week since the weekend. Trying to get all out by Friday. So,
Nice. Is there anybody waiting?
no,
Father Fish, could I pray for you real quick?
absolutely.
All right. Abba, thank you so much for Father Fish and all his wisdom that you've given him for fish keeping over the years. Thank you, Abba, that his strength is renewed like the eagles, that you have promised him 120 years, and that he is going to make it to that 120 years, and he is going to be healthy and able and going that whole 120. Thank you, Abba, that you give him peace, knowing that you've got his health well handled and that Jesus paid the price for his healing on the cross. Thank you, Abba, that we all get to enjoy the wisdom that you've given Father Fish, and that he is just such a blessing to so many of us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, dear. How sweet.
Yeah, that is.
120. I had a friend tell me, I don't think you may have heard the story. When I left Florida, a very dear friend said to me, "You're going to break the curse." And I said, "What's the curse?" And she said, "In the Bible, it limits age to a max of 120. So I thought that was remarkable. I can't imagine another 35 years. That's enough time to do what I've already done.
Yep.
I'm good with you going over that too.
I wasted 50 years.
Well, that's the learning process. You don't know
Right, it is,
everything.
isn't it? Yeah,
You
absolutely.
can't know everything right off the bat. You got to take a few years to learn.
There you go.
Well, the reality is, this is not what I want to be doing. But I really can't do what I want to be doing.
Because of the situation right now with your heart.
Well, partly because, I've gotten old and feeble is probably the main reason. I need to be back in ministry with the deaf. I was pushed out of it years ago, wrongfully, very wrongfully, and I've known all these years that I need to be back, and I feel like it's an unfinished promise.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what it
If
is.
you feel like you got unfinished work to do, then you definitely got the time to do it.
Well, maybe you may be right about that. What?
Always remember, Father Fish, God's timing is always perfect. He's never late, always on time.
Amen to that.
Amen.
I will hop out of here so somebody else can hop in. I love you guys.
Love ya.
Thank you, Danielle. Appreciate you.
There we go. Got you back.
All right. Whoosh.
That was a beautiful prayer.
Yes, absolutely. The cross I'm wearing is in memory of my father. It's a black cross, which is typically a memorial cross. My father was easily the most important person in my life, and he was taken away from me just at the point where he and I were beginning to work together on a work that he had been deeply involved in his whole life. So it was very tragic and very hard. And I continued it for a while, but I was so angry that I made far too many enemies. Did a lot of wonderful things, but when you make enemies of people, you wind up paying the price. And I certainly paid the price. So we'll see. Maybe all that'll come back around. I don't know.
Hey, maybe.
Maybe.
I think that's a beautiful way to honor your father.
Let's see what's going on here. Fish and link. That's the solution to Adam.
What did Adam say? I'm at the bottom of the chat.
It's trying to get his wife engaged in fish tanks. So he's going to say, that's what this bedroom needs. A big fish tank. That'll certainly get her excited. Mercy.
Look and see if we got any questions. Thought I was at the bottom. Not quite at the bottom.
Yeah, David, that was the key. Absolutely. That's why our fish are not coloring up. They can't mature in that cold water. So she'll say it'll turn around very, very quickly.
Adam's got an interesting question.
Yeah, they have not. There are a few importers who have decided to take advantage of the situation and jack up their prices using tariffs as an excuse. But tariffs are not affecting anything, near as I can tell. I haven't seen among the honest, legitimate businesses that have maintained their margins and not tried to capitalize on current events,
Right.
not try to take advantage of people. There's been no increase. Nor do I expect there will be. I mean, the whole issue of tariffs is to achieve equitability. I mean, really, it's not a matter of trying to shut down anybody. It's a matter of saying, okay, you're going to charge American businesses to sell into your market. Then we're going to charge your businesses to sell into our market. And the notion that somehow we pay for that is utter nonsense, because we're not obliged to buy imported goods.
That's true.
If you buy imported goods, you're participating in an economy that may very well be in conflict with your own home economy. It's as though your child was mowing lawns and charging you to mow the lawn as part of his business. And you hired some other kid from another street over because it was $1 cheaper. What sense does that make? Who are you really hurting? You're not helping anyone. I just think there's a lot of just sort of typical reactionary, no thinking, hostility out there. Adam's saying in 2016, retailers absorb tariffs. Yeah, well, that's right. They really are. The retailers don't need to buy imported goods either. They can buy domestic goods. Those items, like food items that we get out of South America primarily, they're not tariffed. Items that we can't otherwise produce. The problem is countries like China and the EU that take advantage of us by selling into our markets at little or no tariff, and then charge whopping tariffs to keep our products out of their market. That's not fair. It's not equitable. And creating an environment of equitability has required a few bloody noses. Companies are growing bigger and bigger and selling more and more. Growth's going through it, it's getting more. Yeah, I think there are a lot of reasons for that, Doom Pie. I think we're starting to see that reverse, primarily with energy, because energy really is the key to everything. The cost of energy determines the cost of absolutely everything other than energy. No matter what it is, the cost is impacted by energy. It's the cost of fuel to get it from one place to another, or to manufacture it, or to process it, or on and on and on. So reducing energy costs, which for the last 4 years, we've been doing the opposite of that. We've been increasing energy costs out of some, I would normally call it a misguided notion, but I really don't any longer believe it was a misguided notion. I think it was a deliberate attempt to profiteer on the backs of middle class America and drive middle class America into poverty, because that's been the effect. And you have to believe that the people who are smart enough to do all this are smart enough to understand the implications of what they're doing. So I don't think they get a pass on bad behavior. I think they need to be held to account for precisely what they've done. Anyway,
Sailor Ed says he accidentally bred giant Danios. That's pretty cool.
nice. Well, Sailor Ed, nice to see you, Ed. What you accidentally did was manage to save some eggs, to rescue eggs. All of these Danios and Tetras spawn routinely. Many of them spawn, once they get into a spawning pattern, they'll spawn daily for a month or more. And they'll do that maybe 2 or 3 times a year. So their eggs going everywhere. The trick is to know that that's happening and to find ways to rescue those eggs. And once you do that, it's just a matter of keeping them from fungusing long enough to hatch, and then figuring out how to feed the babies. And that's the real key. We have some new foods, some very, very exciting new foods that we're going to be rolling out very soon for the die-hard flake fish food enthusiasts. We have the solution to your problem. It's an aqua preta. It's called Nutripreta.
Cool.
Nutripreta, cool, dry flake. And it comes in a host of flavors.
Nice.
We're starting out with mysis and garlic. And here's the key to it. Flake food is cooked and baked on over 200 degree temperature heat. It's cooked and baked and turned into this dry, dead flake that has no food value. What we have produced, and we have a company that we're working with to do this, is a flake that is combined with foods, whole foods, turned into a liquid through mixing, and then spread in very thin layers in vast warehouses and allowed to dry at very low temperatures. That preserves the fatty acids, the amino acids, all of the food value that's intrinsic to that whole food. And it's packaged as a flake and shipped to you at $20 a cup. I don't know how many ounces a cup is, but it is the highest possible quality food. Now, we've got that. We also have another food product that we haven't figured out how to ship yet because it has to be shipped cold. So we're working on that. We'll probably do it in ice packs overnight. It's going to be expensive for that reason, but it is a semi-frozen food that is, again, a number of different products, but they include cyclops, they include daphnia, they include very tiny animals that can be fed to very tiny baby fish. And it's an absolutely perfect food, as good or better than microworm and brine shrimp. So that's down the road a little bit, but we do have it available to us under our own brand. And we're going to be figuring out how we can get that to you. So a couple of really exciting new products that will be. That I think the Nutripreda is already listed. Will be by the end of the day, I believe.
Oh, cool.
And you'll be able to order that right away. That's a beautiful. Wait till you see the flakes. They're thick, big, dark green flakes. Beautiful, beautiful flakes. And we've tried it on all of our fish, and they just gobble it right up. All sizes of fish. It's really a very. It is what should be sold as flake food. It is. It doesn't disintegrate. It stays together as it has. It's like it's, I don't know, has gelatin in it, but it doesn't.
That's really interesting.
Holds it the fibers in it hold it together, and it's not broken down by heat to the point where it turns into dust. Amazing stuff.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see how they do that. That's fascinating. I always thought you had to bake it. That's nice.
No. Do not need to bake it. That's
Because when you bake it, it just kills everything healthy in it.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's exciting stuff.
Definitely.
Megan's talking about her MTS.
Matthew Powell on my channel said to tell you hi. And he wants to know, could dry ice maybe work to pack the fish food? Would that be a possibility, or would that be more expensive?
I don't know, that might work. We can do dry ice and styrofoam with bubble wrap. I don't know how long it would hold up. The problem is, it's really hard to keep anything cold for more than 48 hours at the extreme outside. And you can't get anything delivered inexpensively in under 3 to 4 days.
Right.
You just can't. So it means paying a special fee. Now, we've been negotiating with FedEx, and they have an overnight service for a flat rate of $35 anywhere in the country, any volume, any size, up to their
nice.
which is 40 pounds. So we're looking into that. And I think we'll be able to do that. We've got to get it set up in our system. But I think that's how we're going to do fish, and it will allow us to do other things like the frozen foods and so forth.
Definitely.
So we'll see.
That'll be nice having all that set up. That'll be
Yeah,
nice.
what it'll mean is your shipping is going to be $35, but if you're spending $100,
Right.
$150, $200 on some real high quality stuff, it's worth the investment to get it to you in a timely fashion.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't recommend anybody buy a $5 bunch of plants
Right.
and spend $35 shipping it. Plants we can manage. We can get them to you healthy in under 5 days. Christian saying my wife wants to time me out from the last couple of statements. She's smiling, so I'm not taking her seriously. Funny stuff.
That is.
Yeah, I've known a lot of couples who have struggled with this, and I know a lot who have gotten past it. I think the history of the hobby is the fish keeper as hermit, and it typically has been a man, and typically a man with a family who finds a little corner on a back porch or a shed or a basement where he sets up a few tanks, and then it grows into a full-blown hobby that he spends an inordinate amount of time balancing that with his familial obligations. That's typically been the hobby. That's changing. And I think it's changing because the hobby itself is changing. It's becoming less esoteric, more commonly accessible. And believe it or not, I think the big box stores, while they have not done anything close to an adequate job of helping people learn how to set up aquariums in a way that achieves success, they've utterly failed at that. They have nevertheless been able to get fish tanks into the hands of vast numbers of people. Now, unfortunately, they've created a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths about keeping fish. And that's where we come in, helping people to get that bad taste out of their mouth, rekindling the excitement they felt when they first got a tank, and then teaching how to make that happen in a way that's genuinely successful. And we do that. We do that with absolute consistency. I'm always amused by the trolls who say, "Oh, you can't do that.
Right.
Won't work. That's anti-science. You're just some cult leader trying to suck people into your trip."
That's the funniest one.
Yeah, I know. It's so much bilge water. And it's not
Right.
based. Here's the thing. Here's the proof of it. There is not one person who has tried to do this system honestly, tried to do this system and failed. There are people who have tried it and failed. I will not deny that. But they haven't been honest about it. They haven't tried to do it according to the parameters that we have set up to make it happen. Because if you do the parameters, you can't fail. It's not possible.
Right.
If you fail, it's because you screwed up. Correct your mistake, and it won't happen again. You know,
Right.
It's really, just that simple.
I'm
Oh
gonna work
my!
on getting Instagram back up. It went down.
Who?
I'm gonna work on getting Instagram up. Both of ours just went down at the
Okay.
same time.
Setting
It'll
up a
take
new
me-
tank. So Father Fish say to so bucket outside. Collect the life bucket full of bloodworms. Dynamite. Those bloodworms are probably uh, uh, a fly larvae, which is absolutely perfect and amazing food. So I would not dump that whole bucket into your tank. I would use a net and scoop some of that out and put it in and use it as a food source or as a culture source. But
That makes
you've
really
got
nice.
something precious and valuable. You don't want to destroy that. Use it sensitively and carefully, and it'll last you a very, very long time and be a real value to your tank over the long haul. Good job, Mark.
And I've got us back up on Instagram, so
All right.
just need to finish posting the links real quick in case anybody on Instagram wants to come up.
Megan just bought a new tank.
Oh, congratulations!
She got a 55. Well, she had
Nice.
one that had a crack in it. And that's never a good thing. Oh,
That's so true.
My back is itching.
I bet Brenda's got something that'll help that.
She probably does. Well, that's what I got. That's helpful.
That'll work. Never thought about that. I bet that works really good.
It does, actually. Yeah.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna take a quick break.
Oh, she got a breed convex. How terrible. How terrible. A favor and they only carry smart tanks. Right. Well, you need to you need to create a space for that. And it needs to be an otherwise unused space if that's at all possible. Or at least a little used space, someplace that's not going to be intrusive. Unless you just want to bring this whole thing wholeheartedly into your house. I really prefer the fish room approach because it gives you a lot of options for being able to do maintenance and for being able to do maintenance. That's the main thing. To be able to do routine maintenance. It's much easier if you got everything together and set up in a way that's systematic. It just makes it all better. Oh dear. Radina. Sunday, Father Fish said not to get feeder fish. I'd already done that. It is what it is a week old. And they are in a tub-like pond with plants. About yeah, I remember the conversation. Lots only the tiny one. Um, well, if I said never get them, that would be an overstatement. I think the point I was making is that when you buy feeder fish, you need to do so with the expectation that they could be rough. They could be they likely have been jammed in too large a number. I think I swallowed a fly. Actually, I think I did. Oh dear. It's trying to get out. Um, Feeder fish they tend to be diseased, deformed. They tend to be low quality, and they tend to be poorly kept. So if you're aware of that and can overcome that, first thing to do when you get feeders is put them in a clean container with new water. And don't put food in there for at least a day until you can decide who's going to live and who's going to die and what the real condition of them is. Then you can begin to feed. And if you go slow and are careful and kind of separate out either the healthy or the sick, depending on which you have the most of or the least of, then you can make it work. White cloud minnows. Nice fish, white cloud minnows. All in one. What's your question? All in one about plants melting. Ah. Let's see. Do we do? Platy with the hollow belly is starting to improve. Very
That's
good.
good news.
Is that the one that was on death's door? That wasn't a platy. That was a guppy, I think.
Yeah, that was a guppy. Sadly, it passed.
Did it? Yeah, we're sure it was.
Yeah.
Doobie doo. Doobie just all around. Oh, neat. He hatched some eggs
Oh, nice.
and he has 5 babies.
Hey,
Wonderful.
congratulations. That is wonderful.
Cold pressed, Squirt says. Oh, well, sort of, yeah. Cold pressed.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mark Smith setting up a new tank. Saw Father Fish say to set up a bucket outside. Yeah, we just did this, right? That was good. If you want some rams, let me know where to send them. Where to send them and where. Yeah, contact me by email, Jennifer. Uh, Father Fish Aquariums aquariums with an S at gmail.com. And we'll get together on this. That'd be fun to do. Let's see. I'm way behind here, I guess.
timestamp you at?
Pardon?
What timestamp are you at?
6:50.
Okay, I'll screw up to where you are.
Oh my. Scott's leaving us. She has projects.
Oh, cool. Hate to see her go, but glad she's got some projects to do. Be
And
interested to
said
see what
to
she's
clean it.
into.
Right.
Matthew has a question.
I
Does
do.
SF have? Oh, you do?
I
Awesome.
do. Yeah, I do. I've got maybe 3 or 4 pairs. In fact, I think this tank sitting alongside of me, I'm going to pull out the cichlids that are in it, which are slightly bigger, and set it up with a pair of rams, or maybe 2 pair, see if I can get something happening. I think it's time for me to take a break.
Okay.
I'll be back momentarily.
Hey, no problem. Well, tonight is show and tell. If anybody would like to come up and show off their tanks, you're welcome to do so. Would love to see them. See what all we've got going on in the chat. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. Actually, that's a really good question, Emily. Why do some fish die right away when you get home? I'm sure that's a really stupid, broad question. Now, that's actually a really good question. But I feel like I've lost a lot this way recently, like dead within an hour. That's one that we definitely need to save for Father Fish because I've experienced the same thing with guppies. Now, I know what happened with my guppies. Sadly, they were not kept in good quality water. The pet shop that I got them from, they was already on their last leg. Just I was a new fish keeper, didn't know better. Hey, it looks like we've got somebody up. Hey, Brenda,
Hey,
how's it going?
good. How's it
Awesome.
going there?
Pretty good. I'm excited about your new YouTube channel.
Oh, me too. Little nervous, but it's okay. I mean, I got a couple of videos up,
Mhm.
so
Hey, we're all nervous at first. You got to start somewhere, and you're off to a great start. A way better start than when I started. I deleted all mine. Feel
it took
bad.
many takes.
Oh, it always does.
Yeah, I had like 6 of them that I had to delete off my phone before I uploaded the actual one that is there now.
Yeah. Hey, that happens.
So I'm standing in front of this tank here full of these little babies. Do you want to see them?
Oh, absolutely. Let me make you full screen. Those little dragons are so cute. Check those guys out. There's some really interesting morphs there too.
Right?
Gorgeous. And they are so small. I've never seen bearded dragons that small. All the ones I've always seen are always half grown or full grown, which is pretty big.
Yeah, they're we had to isolate one.
Oh no, what happened?
Yeah. Where's he at? Oh, there he is, right there.
Oh, that's a
Can you
pretty one.
see him?
Yeah. Oh, he's the little bitey guy. Little dinosaur. He's going for you.
Yes, he
He
did.
was definitely going for you, Brenda.
The big one over
That's
here
a
is trying to
brave
get
one.
in.
Oh yeah. That's a pretty one too. Love bearded dragons. They truly do look like little miniature dragons. And that little feisty one, that's just adorable.
Right?
And Emily says, so adorable, hanging out together. The ones that was all hanging out on the log together peacefully.
Oh
And
yeah.
Lily loves those.
Well,
Sonny G
peacefully
says,
right now.
"Hey Brenda."
They're peaceful right now
Hmm.
because of the light. You know, they're all absorbing all the light, getting all the
I bet when
heat.
the lights off, they get active, don't they?
I don't know. I don't turn the light off. I keep it on because they got to stay warm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So here's the other one.
Oh, that one's beautiful. Look at the markings. I
Yeah.
love that mark. That is a beautiful dragon. Such a cute little guy. I love that you guys have started carrying reptiles. That is so exciting.
Oh. And
Oh,
there's the goldfish tub.
oh, I love the goldfish tub. You guys have koi and goldfish in there, correct?
Yeah.
I was thinking so.
as well as cichlids.
Hey, we've got Father Fish back. You snuck up on us.
There are a lot of cichlids in there,
Oh, that's cool.
like red devils.
Hmm.
There's some gouramis too, some big Osphornemus that are now about 6 inches.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna put her back on full screen then. Maybe we'll get to see them.
A
That's
couple
such a
of giant plecos in there.
Oh, that is nice.
Those are cichlids.
That's what I was just fixing to ask if that was the cichlids.
Aren't a
There's
red devil. That's
I think
maybe
that's
a red
like
devil.
in the back.
There also are some, what are they called?
Leopard.
There's a big pleco. There's a bigger pleco. There's two bigger plecos alongside each other.
They are huge.
Looks
That's
dangerous.
They definitely look over a foot long.
Well, they are.
I was
Nearly too
thinking they
big.
might be.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stick that plant down in the dirt, Brent. You can do it without getting your
Yeah,
shirt
my shirt
wet.
finally dried. It's time to get wet again.
Right? Matthew wants to know, what is the pond filtered with?
Sponge filters. There they are right there. We've got about four sponge filters,
Yeah.
big ones.
That is nice. That's a nice setup. Doompa wants to know, have you ever thought about keeping giant African snails?
Never thought about it. I don't think they're aquatic.
Yeah, I don't think they are either. I think they're land snails.
Yeah. I don't think we have any snails in there.
No, I don't think we have any in here.
No particular reason why we don't.
But they're a really nice place for mystery snails.
Yeah, we had puffers in there, but we don't keep puffers in there anymore. They tend to get lost.
Thank you, Brenda, for showing the pond. That is just so gorgeous, and for showing the bearded dragons.
No problem.
Thank you.
Now I gotta dry my hands, so.
Oh yeah.
Bye-bye. Let's bring Wadena up.
Okay.
Where'd she go?
Hi, I'm here.
Hi
Yes.
there.
Hi.
Hi. I just thought you'd like to see the minnows. So I'm going to throw some food in there. They usually come right up. They
Oh,
gave
look
me.
check them out.
They've
Those
just. They're
Get,
hungry little buggers always.
get your camera right down close on them.
there's some beautiful minnows.
Pretty.
Yeah, they were so cramped in that aquarium. It was like $2.90.
Right.
I couldn't resist. So I just thought, well, if they die at $2.90.
Really.
Right.
They're gonna die anyways.
No, yeah, that's true. Nice.
Anyways, but they're happy now. I've had them a week, so I know that usually the sicknesses and stuff come in about 2 weeks or so. So,
Well, they're probably going to be fine.
well, those two goldfish that are out there in that pond, those
Yeah.
were feeders
Oh, very good.
6 years ago.
Right.
I do have a question.
Mhm.
Let me run over here. This is my old Betta. I think he's old. See him?
Yeah.
Mhm.
He has nothing wrong with him. The parameters are good. He just seems lethargic.
Do you have a female in there?
No, there's
Well,
nothing in there but 2-3 coolie loaches.
he's bored out of his bored out
Okay,
of his mind.
that was my next question. If I got him some these guys, these are my guppies, and
Put a couple
look
of
at how much my tank is really overgrown.
Beautiful.
yeah. Put 2 female bettas in there.
Oh, okay. I don't want babies.
Well, you may not have a choice in the matter.
Okay, and or I could get some rasboras or something.
Well, then they're gonna chew up his fins.
Okay. All right. Well, I know somebody's got some female bettas that are she's trying to place.
Perfect.
So maybe I'll do that.
Perfect.
And I was really thrilled. You can't probably see him in there. In this tank originally there was Amano shrimps, and I lost 2. The dog had sushi, and
Why?
but they kept trying to come up. I caught the last one out of this tank, and now I got 3 in here. So I was thrilled.
Nice.
I finally caught him. So, anyways, I'll let somebody else come back on. I just thought you might like to see the minnows.
Well, thanks for Dina. Good to see
Okay.
you. I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi, Adam.
Hey, Dina. Hey, Father Fish.
Hey.
How are you? Look at
Good.
this.
I thought since you guys saw all the toil and effort all those months when we kept building this thing, this is where we're at now. There's the koi down there. I don't know if you can see them or not.
It is beautiful.
That it is.
So there's 7 of them. They're up to about 5 inches long already.
Wow.
And
Who is that raven-haired barefoot beauty there?
That's my daughter, Amanda.
Oh, how nice.
She loves to feed them. Here,
Nice.
say hi.
Hi, Amanda.
It's my wife.
Is that
Hi.
Molly?
My wife's the pretty blonde. My
Oh,
daughter's
sure.
brunette. They get all the looks in the family.
We gotcha.
And then you can see the hyacinth back there. Rick over at Seascapes told me about that. I got a little hyacinth there, Father Fish.
Nice.
Growing
Yeah.
nicely. So I try to mix the plants up so there's lots of varieties, right? So it doesn't get too
Yeah.
dominant and anything.
Yeah, the hyacinth will probably take over, but then any one of them could take over.
Yeah, I just get my little trash picker extender, reach in there and pull them out.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You said they grow like weeds. Boy, you weren't wrong.
They do. Yeah. Beautiful pond. Just gorgeous.
Thank you. It's coming along, you guys. I just want to give you an update. And then up there's
Glad
the
you
waterfall.
did.
There's the waterfall up that way. So you can see all that.
Nice.
Anyway. All right. Good being with you all.
Take care. Thanks, Adam.
All right. Cheers, everybody. See ya.
Thank you.
Dre is here. Let's get Dre up.
Okay.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing lovely as usual. So, well, first of all, Father Fish, really hope you're feeling much better than before now.
Thank you. I think I am.
That's great. That's great. Just keep yourself healthy for us. We can't lose you.
Right.
So the babies are growing pretty well. Is that
That
good?
they are.
Certainly are. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my daughter wanted to say hi. Say hi, Father Fish.
Hi.
Hi, baby.
She loves Father Fish too.
Oh, she's so cute.
So I was wondering how I think I got a 1 or maybe 2 gallon bowl.
Yeah.
My wife's friend's daughter brought it to us with a goldfish she got from a fair, and that died. So we just have that there now.
Okay.
So I was wondering what would be the process to putting some of these babies in there so I could grow them out to get them to the fish store or something, get something different.
What bowl? Show me.
Okay. Yeah. So I got this bowl right here.
Oh, okay.
Too
You're
small?
better off leaving them where they are. They're
Need a
gonna
bigger one?
grow. They're gonna grow better where they are.
Okay. Okay, come on, Eddie.
I
So
would
would
use
I?
that. I would use that for a betta or to grow shrimp, something like that.
So all right. So I would like to grow shrimp because they got cherry shrimps at my store, my local store. But
Yeah.
the question is, would they grow like breed in there, or do I probably need like a 5 gallon for that? Because I do have my beta in a 5 gallon. Excuse me. Eddie.
Well, yeah, a 5 or 10 gallon would be better, of course.
Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do then. I don't know. I really don't want to make the beta feel sad in that little bowl though. I know he
Oh,
wouldn't feel sad.
well,
No, that won't happen.
no, I don't think so.
Cause
He
my
may
wife
get
is.
bored. He might get bored, but he
Oh,
ain't going to be sad,
he looks bored in the 5 gallon right now.
right?
But I got a snail
Well,
in here with him.
get him a mate.
I
And
wanted to do that, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. Remember the fish store told me that they won't sell me if I got another fish in the tank.
what?
Yep, I told you that. Remember?
Well, then lie.
I gotta go to the local fish store.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to lie to him because they got nice betas in there.
Right? You know what? You
But
know what?
another thing I want to know too is how do I feed these to get them to grow at a good pace? Because they're like almost 2.5 months, I think.
I think they're doing okay.
They're doing okay.
I
Okay.
think so. Yeah.
Because these
I
Green
think
Lantern ones, they're growing pretty
that's
nice.
about average for. It takes about. It takes 4 to 6 months
Okay.
to get platies, to get any of the live bears to adult size.
Okay.
So you're right on track. I don't think you have a problem.
All right. I'm gonna try to get this. He's hiding right now, but this Loach, I think he's pesting everyone else in the tank. So
Or maybe
I'm probably gonna bring him back and get 2 more
right,
others.
right.
I read online if you have just one of them, stop Ellie, then they'll do that instead of, having friends and mates of their own.
I see.
So yeah, here he is.
So a
He's good.
yo-yo, a yo-yo,
That's a
That's
yo-yo,
a
yeah.
pretty yo-yo.
yo-yo. Yeah.
My wife loves him. I probably can't give him away, but I can't get other yo-yos because they're gonna be too much for the tank. But I do want to get autos though. I wanted to get shrimp, but I hear they'll try to eat on the babies at the nighttime. So is that true?
You mean the baby shrimp will get eaten?
By the fish?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I didn't know patties eat baby shrimp.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby
Every,
shrimp's been pretty good.
everything eats baby shrimp.
Yeah,
Right.
everything.
What do you want to say to Father Fish? You got
I'm
a
there.
jellyfish?
Oh, how nice.
Nice. You got it from the pet store? She got it from the Jacksonville Aquarium, the Daytona Beach Aquarium.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
cool.
Yeah. And
Nice.
here's my little 8-month-old trying to get in the picture too.
Hi there.
Hi.
Gonna
She's
say
growling.
Adorable.
beauty.
She's the one I'm always putting to sleep before I come up. I decided I'm just gonna come up before I put her to sleep.
Nice.
But yeah,
Pretty babies. Pretty babies.
I appreciate that, Father Fish.
You bet.
Yeah, my tank is doing pretty good. I'm not sure why these aren't growing
Well,
anymore.
they will. They'll just all of a sudden take hold of
Come back. Okay.
from
Well,
the tank.
I'll just let them grow then.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Okay.
Looking good.
Yes, sir. I appreciate your help all the time.
Thank you, Dre.
All right. Love you, Dina. Love you, Father Fish. You have a good one, all right?
You
Love
bet.
ya.
Bye for
All
now.
right.
Bye.
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 So adorable. Oh, Emily had a question for you, Father Fish.
Sure.
Why do some fish die right away when you get home? I'm sure that's a pretty stupidly broad question, but I feel like I've lost a lot this way recently, like dead within an hour.
Well, that would typically have to do with the way they're transported, or if it happens after you put them in your tank, then it could easily have to do with acclimation. So there are two things you want to look at. Make sure when you're bringing them home that you're doing so in a way that is not depleting them of oxygen, because that would be the primary problem. And then once you get them home, make sure that the water you're putting them in bears some resemblance to the water they're coming out of. In other words, if the water you're buying them in is hard water, hard alkaline water with a pH of 7.5, 8.0, below of 7 or higher, and the water you're putting them in is 6 or lower, then they're going to die because their bodies cannot handle the change in barometric pressure that is caused by a change in the hardness of the water. It's not the pH, it's really soft and hard water. So you need to look at that. You need to look at whether they're going in water that at least is close to your water. It'd be worth getting your water tested by a local shop to see where it is and compare that to their water, so you know that your water is compatible with the source of your fish. Very important. Those are the main issues that I would look at. A very different water. Not at all. In fact, take some of your water in and ask them to test it and compare it to theirs to give you an idea of what you need to do to be able to properly acclimate their fish to your tank. So that's a very basic and very important thing to do, and to feel not just comfortable about doing, but recognize that a good store is going to be very interested in helping you achieve that level of sophistication in fish keeping. We keep it interesting. If they're darting around, I'm breathing heavy. Sorry. One of the things, I don't know, one of the things that happens to fish is that they get stressed out and they try to get away. They try to get away from water parameters that are stressing them, which accounts for the darting behavior. It also accounts for a fish running up and down the glass 1,000 times a day. That fish is trying to escape water parameters that are stressing it. Figure out where it came from. Oh, same issue we were just talking about. Check water parameters, check where they came from and where they are now, and see if there's some kind of difference. A fish that suddenly is acting very stressed out has something wrong, and it may be environmental or it may simply be specific to that fish. It may be like parasitic or some kind of internal infection, some such thing. That's why we have Discord, to help hobbyists have a place they can go to diagnose problems. Matthew, who was here?
Matthew's here.
There he is. Matthew.
Well, I'm not showing you much today. But else is showing their world. I figured I'd show my world.
Oh yeah.
So you can't see this in mine. This is my family's mill pond, but I was just down here watching, so I figured I'd let y'all get a look at the. It's about 13. I built it back in before I was born, 1950 something, maybe. Anyways, I get plants and different stuff.
That is a beautiful pond. We're having problems with your audio, Matthew. But where you're at's gorgeous.
Because I'm standing above. Yeah, right. I'm standing above the field. Yeah, I was on top of the field. Yeah,
beautiful.
That it is.
Two people. I'll let them young people get down there and never back up again.
That's wonderful. I love it.
Yeah, thank you for showing us. That's beautiful. See if we can get Father Fish. There he is.
Nice.
And everybody in the comments says, nice pond, nice fishing spot. That it would be.
Really? Oh, Sunny G. I want to learn how to do green water. I tried and don't think I did it right. Jennifer. Well, did it turn green at all?
That's a good question.
If you didn't do it right, when you did it turn green or not? I'm assuming it didn't turn green since your goal was green water. Um, you don't want any other plants in the water, no plants at all of any kind. And you don't really need a starticulture, although if you got a little bit of green water, you can use that as a starter and it'll just make it happen more quickly. Um, the main thing is no plants. If you're in direct sunlight and you've got some nutrients in there, maybe you've been feeding a baby fish or a small fish or two. Um,
Matthew says, sorry about the audio. I was standing on the spillway.
yeah, I figure that's all right. It was worth the effort.
Right?
3G
Definitely has a
is
beautiful
here.
place. Hey.
There he
Hello.
is. Hi.
Come up and show Miss Dina the pink angels.
Love those pink angels. They look even pinker today than usual.
Who was it who was saying that they have a local fish store that's selling pink angels?
Oh, I wish I could remember.
That came up Sunday, didn't it?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
they did.
my local fish shop has them.
Does
And
it?
maybe it was you.
They just released another, glowfish. They just released another batch of angels.
Huh.
I think it was last weekend or the weekend, but it might have been the Aquashella weekend.
I don't know if I have a supplier that's got them. I haven't really looked.
And
I
also
should.
too, I think they have came out with a chartreuse or a lime green one now.
Huh.
I've seen pictures of them. I haven't seen them in my local fish shop.
Well, I need to get them in.
And Megan said in the chat it was her. It was her that said it.
Oh, that's right.
And she said that she sent you their information.
She did, and I need to follow up on it.
Yeah, those pink angels, especially the pearl scales, are just
Send it again, Megan.
Yeah, the pearl scale. He's not really wanting to turn sideways.
Right? He's been a little stubborn.
Yeah,
They're all
really.
wanting me to feed them. They're looking up like, put some food in there, Slick.
Right?
Right.
Here's a wannabe green water tank. It's trying to go green on me. I'm been doing a lot of water changes.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. Getting close.
Oh, it was a lot worse than that. Yesterday I done a huge water well. I actually put the hose in one side from the faucet just in and a siphon hose on the other and let it run for about 20 minutes.
That'll do.
I'm on a well. I'm on a well, so I can do that, but
right.
It's coming back.
Angels. Those blues are gorgeous.
That they are. Matthew wants to know, are those rock sponge filters?
Who, me? What I have?
Yep.
No.
Oh no, there's sponge filters directly behind the rocks.
Okay, cool.
You can see they're kind of hid.
Mm-hmm.
Get an angle on it. It does look like from the front view. It
does.
Funny.
Well, it worked then. That's what I was shooting for.
Hey, it worked.
Right.
I got below them. I have a bunch of long fin rosy barb in here. I don't know. the size of an eyelash. I don't know if you can actually see them.
Babies.
Nope. And then I got hoplo cats in here in the cave tank. They're all darked out, trying to get those to breed.
Wow.
And then
they blow a big, huge bubble nest.
I know, and everybody says to put styrofoam on the surface, and they would.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about it. Once
They
they
say-
get going, it'll be like soap bubbles. It'll fill the whole top with foam.
Those are some pretty angels too.
I'm just filling in
Nice.
time. Y'all can run me off when y'all get ready.
Well, we got Emily here. She's looking to come up.
Well, good deal. There's the Alstums, and I'll get on out of here. Thanks for having me up.
Thanks,
Love y'all.
3G. You bet.
Thank you,
Take
3G.
care. Emily,
Hey guys,
how are you?
I'm wonderful. I hope you guys are doing well as well.
We're doing great. That's a
This,
pretty tank.
thank you
That
so
is.
much. This is my 10-gallon kitchen tank.
Okay.
Love
It's my
it.
tank in the kitchen.
Good.
And so it has a crab apple, my female betta here.
Nice.
She only has that name because of her mean face. Her personality is wonderful. And then I just have 2 of the sparkling gouramis. That's all my store had. And then I have a couple kubatais and a green mystery snail. So that's what's going on in here. But I do have a cyanobacteria kind of issue I've been fighting against. You can probably see a little bit. I've been really having to replace a lot of plants. I'm trying to fight it that way. 3G recommended in the comments that I do a blackout, so I'll probably have to try that next because I really don't want to use antibiotics.
Right. Well, it wouldn't help anyway.
Really? Okay. Well, that's great to hear because that's
Yeah.
really what a lot of people try to push online, I feel like. So,
You know, that's because they're trying to kill everything.
Right.
yeah, I really don't want to go that way with the antibiotic resistance and everything going on. So, would you recommend the blackout as well, like 3G
Yeah,
recommended?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, up to
Perfect.
3 days.
You know, that's actually perfect because I'm going out of town for the next 3 days and I hate to not look at my fish. So I'll do that while I'm out of town.
Perfect.
And do you think my strategy of trying to add even more plants could also help?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sounds like I'm on the right track then. But
Yeah.
all right. Well, thank you guys so much. Just wanted to share this. I know there was a couple questions in the comments about like betta tank mates, and I mean, I can definitely say I've never had any issues with the kubatais. They kind of do their own thing. Yeah. So, and I know gouramis aren't traditionally kept with bettas, but they've been okay.
That's a natural fish to keep with feathers.
Oh, okay. I'm happy to hear that.
They're from
Excellent.
roughly the same environment. They're Southeast Asia.
Gotcha. I guess I had heard that since they might be very similar
Yeah.
in the same family, it might be a problem, but it hasn't been for me. But again, it's always the personality of the fish, right?
Right. Nice.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys for letting me share.
You
Thank
bet.
you for coming up.
Have a
Very
great
nice.
evening.
Thank you.
You too. I love her kitchen tank.
That's nice, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know where is the next place I want to put a fish tank now.
Was that Emily?
Hmm?
Emily Pigot.
Actually, I believe so. I
Talking
didn't get
about
her name.
Diana. Right.
Yeah, it was her.
Regina.
Ash Sands says, "Oh wow, I would love a pink angel."
Really? Yeah, I guess I need to break down and go. Ooh, Lordy. I'm fading fast here.
Yeah, you've had a long day. You definitely have. And a long night.
Some trout, goody eye. Nice. Yeah, I saw his trout goody eye. They're pretty impressive. Minoxky is here. Boy, Goodyear. Radina. Emily says, why do some fish? Oh, we did that one, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's where I am. Half an hour behind, typically.
Hey, that's no problem. Adam says 3G's room is pro grade.
Lord, I can't keep my eyes open.
Oh no.
How do your upper paludarium plant roots change from the water? Well, we have part of the stem in the water, and roots will come out of that stem. You don't want to put the whole plant in the water because typically potted plants will drown in water. They depend on being oxygenated in order to be able to keep them.
Yep.
I'm failing here. I need to shut this down.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
I'm falling. I think I'm going to just pass out in a second.
Hey, you need to get some rest. Yeah, let's call
I
it.
really do. All right, guys. Let's do our song.
Sounds good.
Get into saying goodnight. Love you all. Nice to be with you.
Good night, y'all. Love y'all.
As they swim about their home, I love my little fishies. As they swim about their home, when the sunlight shines upon them, and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over, but never found a peace that comes from watching my fishies as they swim about their home. My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while the fishies are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them and the colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
Night, everybody.
Yeah. Good night, all.
Night.
See you Sunday.
Sounds like a plan. See y'all Sunday.
Night, Adam.
Night, Adam.